So just start off saying your name and how to spell it.
Okay. It's Alex Edwards, ALEX EDWARDS.
And also like your title, like Lance Corporal, correct?
Yeah, Lance Corporal Edwards. I was born in Dalton, Georgia, but the first 10, 11 years of my life I was raised in Trenton, Georgia, and then after that we moved to Middle Tennessee area, McMinnville, Tennessee, and that's where I spent middle school, high school, and that's where I enlisted, was in Middle Tennessee. So I was physically fit when I was in high school, and I kind of felt like just an obligation. I wanted to, but it was definitely an obligation to serve. My dad served, his dad, so on and so forth. As far back as we know, so it was just kind of out of everyone in my family, I was the only one, the only son that decided to join at 18. So I had a lot to do with just a feeling of needing to serve. Yeah. What I remember of whenever we hit that IED was basically I felt my whole body compress and no air in my lungs. It felt like my brain was like mush and then just black. And then I remember waking up and people talking to me and just like answering what they were saying. And then I remember being in a vehicle going back to base. And then I remember my first sergeant saying I looked like shit. For me, a lot of it when I came back was just a ton of medications, and I didn't grow up taking a lot of medications. I'm not used to taking a lot of medications, so I struggled a lot with it. So I had a lot of side effects. Had to have surgery because of one of the medications they had me on, and so it was kind of getting away from all the medications just to be able to live a somewhat normal life. Randomly, I got a message on Facebook from Scotty Freeman, one of the board members from A Soldier's Journey Home, and never met him, didn't know what A Soldier's Journey Home was, and he said, "Hey brother, give me a call. I work for a nonprofit that helps veterans. I'd like to see if we could help you."
So A Soldier's Journey Home, what we are and how we were created was years back we had worked for various organizations. Over time we unfortunately had seen the mismanagement of funds and that there was abuses and where the spending was being taken place. So instead of complaining about it, in 2014 we decided that we would start our own organization, and A Soldier's Journey Home was born. And what we do is we're 100% volunteer, nobody's on salary. Every penny raised goes back to the disabled vets where it should be.
In May, around this time, is when I found out that they chose to go with me over some of the other people.
Somebody brought Alex to our attention, and then we started researching, and since we're a very small organization, we want to make the largest impact that we can. And the fact that he was just engaged and would have 2 children in his family, we thought this would be a perfect build for him, especially with all he's been through.
My guys were a huge help from my Chattanooga firefighters, because it's in our backyard. So we had to get everything ready for the group to get here to build the house. So they were a huge help of getting all the floor system in, getting the subfloor, everything ready to go ahead of time that had to be done before everybody got in town. And my guys were a huge help.
When we first got here, the guys from Chattanooga had probably half the walls up. because this year was a little different. We had to stick build the house as opposed to lifting walls that were pre-built. So as soon as we got here, we got right in helping getting the walls up, all the roof rafters, all the framing, plywood on the roof, did all that. And then once we finished that, then we moved on to putting the siding on the house.
Well, after interviewing Alex, I basically came to the conclusion that he wanted as natural looking as possible. So with doing that, we just harvested plants from his property, and we came up with ferns and several other native trees for him. That way, he didn't want a formal house. He wanted something that looked like it belonged out in the woods.
There have been new challenges every day, but a big challenge for this build is that it's up on this hill. So we're having to transport guys all the time, food's at the bottom, we've got parking, a quarter mile away. So that's a huge challenge, just getting everybody up here every day. Then underneath all this is like rock. So when my guys dug the footers, that was a huge challenge for them. And so because of that, we had to build these big, tall block foundation walls because we couldn't get as low as we wanted to. So we had challenges with communication. We didn't get things communicated the way we want to, but that happens.
The first 4 days it just rained and rained and rained, and we were competing with the mud, and it just made things a little more difficult moving ladders and just getting around. But it wasn't new to us because that's how we started out in San Antonio, so it was kind of business as usual.
It takes a year to coordinate this and 10 days to build it. Not everybody here knows everybody, but you get to know each other every build you go to. And sometimes everything gets smoother and sometimes we run into roadblocks. But with everybody who's here, to see them year after year, you become family. And you become family with the recipient of the home. So that's what drives us.
When the alarm goes off in the firehouse, it's because somebody's in need. Somebody needs help, and that's what we're here for.
It's hard to put the appreciation that I feel into words to actually portray accurately, but we are super appreciative, and it's a life-changing thing. It's awesome. We're truly thankful, and we hope people know that.